Good morning, Malacañang Press Corps and guests. Welcome sa Bangon Marawi Press Briefing. Today we have PCOO Assistant Secretary, Attorney Marie Banal.
Rocky, good morning, and members of the Malacañang Press Corps, Happy New Year sa inyo. To give us updates on the Marawi rehabilitation, we have Department of Trade and Industry Secretary Ramon Lopez, and the Housing and Urban Development Coordinating Council Chairperson Eduardo Del Rosario. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome. For most people, the new year marks a blank page, a new start in their lives. For us in Task Force Bangon Marawi, we are only adding more pages to what has been a long list of accomplishments that we have achieved together with our local and national government, our cooperative IDPs, and every Filipino and foreign corporations who have contributed to our endeavors. We continue to herald our message throughout last year. Kasama nyo kami sa pagbangon ng Marawi. With that, we are pleased to report our progress. First, the turnover of transitional shelters. That would be, the video would be shown later on by the PIA through the HUD-C chair. An initial of 500 transitional shelters in Barangay Sagonsongan have been turned over to IDP beneficiaries last December 27. Before going into details on this event, let us watch a short video, but that would be introduced later by, of course, the HUD-C. During the ceremony, government agencies showed solidarity by putting up booths around the area. And for the Department of Trade and Industry, mamaya po, i-discuss po ni Secretary Mon Lopez yan. And of course, the Lanao del Sur Electric Cooperative also ensured power installation in the site, while the Local Water Utilities Administration, or the LUWA, and Philinvest took part in the installation of water supply. Another 300 transitional housing units in Matungao have been turned over also. These 300 were under the project of the PAGCOR, so that makes it the 800 transitional houses turned over. The DAR Convergence Project, second is the DAR Convergence Project Management Team. The Department of Agrarian Reform, together with the UN World Food Program and the UN Food and Agriculture Organization, led the creation of the Convergence Project Management Team. The team would help farmer beneficiaries get back on their feet through their support services, particularly 5 barangays identified in the Malimono Dulay Agrarian Reform Community. As of December 29, land preparation for the corn, rice, and vegetable farming has been conducted at 2 convergence sites. Third, the OPAP Solidarity Gathering. On the topic of peace, the Office of the Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process conducted Puso at Kapayapaan, Magbigayan at Magmahalan, a solidarity activity for the displaced residents of Marawi City on December 16 to 17. This is in partnership with Duyog Marawi. The event aimed to spread love, hope, and peace, proving that Christmas spirit of giving applies to Christians and Muslims alike. And the fourth is the dialogue with development partners. While our government continues to enjoin all stakeholders of the nation in order to make the city's recovery faster and more efficient, together with the World Bank, we conducted a dialogue with development partners at their office in Bonifacio Global City. That was on December 19, 2017. Among the attendees were representatives from various agencies of the Task Force Marawi, Marawi City Mayor Majul Gandamra, and international development partners. The meeting covered updates on TFBM, or the Task Force Bangon Marawi, milestones, and the proposed priority programs, projects, and activities care of the NEDA, as well as the approved coordination mechanism for international donors to pool technical and financial support that would help address the priority needs of TFBM and the Bangon Marawi Comprehensive Recovery Program. Fifth, here are the initial results of the PCNA. Also discussed in the dialogue were results of the Post-Conflict Needs Assessment, or the PCNA. As of date, the total damages is over 11.61 billion pesos, while total losses is over 6.6 billion pesos. The initial estimate of total needs is 49.81 billion pesos. The final results are expected within the month, as committed by the Office of Civil Defense. On the DSWD quick update, as of December 21, we have 157,026,541 worth of DSWD support and maintenance services have been already accessed by 13,627 families, or more than 78% of those who have returned to their respective barangays under clusters 1 to 3. On the DOE update, the Department of Energy also continues its support to affected residents of Marawi, as they have turned over 400 solar-powered lamps to TFBM and 131 solar-powered streetlights to Lanao del Sur Electric Cooperative on December 16. On the first LG Forum, on the topic of consolidating recovery efforts, despite the onslaught of Tropical Depression Vinta last month, the Marawi City Government pushed through the first local government unit forum on December 22. All 96 barangay captains, city councilors, and concerned TFBM members met at the TFBM field office in order to facilitate direct consultation regarding their issues, concerns, and recommendations. And lastly, led by Chair Eduardo Del Rosario himself of TFBM, TFBM conducted a consultative meeting with the ulamas at the Marawi Municipal Hall on December 28. The meeting was an opportunity for the ulamas to raise their concerns on the recovery of their war-torn city. Chair Del Rosario also discussed future plans for destroying the city and assured them that government agencies are now all hands on deck as rehabilitation progresses. I'm sure the chair here would have more explanation on this one as soon as he gets the floor. As we close, before I turn over the mic to HADSI Chair Del Rosario, again, we thank you for the support of the Malacañang Press Corps the whole time during and when the Marawi War broke out. Up to now, wala po kaming nagpapasalamat po ang PCOO at ang Office ng ating Presidente po sa inyong suporta po sa lahat ng pagko-communicate ng mga updates for Marawi City. Sir.
Thank you, Asek Marie. Good morning and Happy New Year to all. For a start, we will be presenting a video that would show what happened last December 27 when the President should have been be there with us to witness the turnover of the 800 housing units. So we will show the video first, then we can have the Q&A. The video, please. So from what you can see, basically are the interventions being undertaken by the different departments of government. So these are the interagency convergence, and this will form part of the early recovery interventions by the national government as well as the local government. So we can have a Q&A based on what were presented.
Can we have DTI Secretary Ramon Lopez first?
Okay, sige. Good morning again, everyone. So allow me to show some slides para may visual presentation lang tayo on what DTI has been doing. As a background, we've started to give out livelihood, skills training, and other forms of support in terms of financing, market access, even during the time of the conflict, nung hindi pa na-solve ang problema sa Marawi, dahil we realized that a lot of IDPs will have to continue to help them get back to normalcy at may hanap buhay, at lalo na ngayon na ma-resettle sila, we are continuing to do so na mabigyan ng livelihood. So quick lang to, slideshow. First slide please. Okay, so summary lang, we can group them into access to livelihood programs which we have been giving. Yung market access, once kasi may produkto na sila, we have to provide saan nila pwedeng ibenta to para talagang may mas mabilis na turnaround dun sa kanilang pinagtrabahuhan, and they can get quick revenues out of the hard work that they've done. And then skills training na tuloy-tuloy na binibigay kasama ng DTI ang TESDA, at access to finance, andyan ang Small Business Corporation, kasama ng mga ibang MFIs, microfinance institutions, na magbibigay ng, ang magandang balita dito na ikikwento rin natin, nakadevelop kami ng program dahil para talaga matulungang makabawi ang mga taga Marawi, zero interest yung loan. From December, actually inumpisahan na po nung December 4 hanggang sa April. At ito ay talagang para talagang hindi na sila mahirapan, no? Subalit loan pa rin yon, pero may grace period at zero interest. Summary lang muna ng rundown lang ng ating mga ginawa na sa livelihood. Ito yung mga initial programs na binigay natin in terms of marami kasing based on research, maraming nangangailangan ng hanap buhay related to garments, manufacturing. So mga sewing machines ang kailangan nila, at saka yung mga tela, pinamili namin ng materyales sila para makagawa sila ng mga malong at mga iba pang mga kasuotan that they can produce nila mismo. So mga sewing machines, immediately about 34, at tapos nun nasundan pa ng another 50 sa pamamagitan ng next chart, sa pamamagitan ng mga donation ng sewing machines mula sa Philippine Business for Social Progress. Ang UNDP nag-donate din ng additional 35 sewing machines nung nasa evacuation centers pa sila. And last week, tulad ng na-report ni Chairman Del Rosario, kasama po tayo sa mga nagbigay pa ng mga ibang livelihood equipment na tinurn over last week lang yun, no? Last week sa Marawi. Parang ang tagal na. Electrical equipment, kasi yung mga iba, yung mga skills nila, pwede silang electrician at ininegosyo kaagad nila yung carpentry, additional sewing machines. At ito yung mga bago nating binibigyan ng livelihood, mga hauling facilities, mga small trucks. Ang tawag nga Kia Bongo. Sounds familiar, no? Drop side truck, may 8 beneficiaries na pang hauling services, negosyo kaagad. Mini rice mill, 2 beneficiary, at saka merong magka-combination, may rice mill at bongo, more beneficiaries there. Meron tayong mga starter kits, additional 200 na nakwento natin kanina on top of what we gave out in terms of garments and dressmaking. Sari-sari store kits, 56 beneficiaries, 40 sari-sari store kits for IDP vendors in Lanao del Norte Evacuation Center. Tinulungan din natin silang makabenta sa mga trade fair, tulad ng Diandi Festival sa Iligan City mula September pa ito hanggang October. Ito yung bagong ibibigay natin, or nabigay na iba dito, food vending starter, parang mga kiosk, no? So may mga beneficiaries tayo dyan, makakagawa ng mga delicacies nila, mga karinderya, at mga street food. Employment opportunities, katuwang natin ang Department of Labor and Employment, Meron silang programa na tulong pang hanap buhay sa ating disadvantaged displaced workers, TUPAD program, over 2,000 beneficiaries, 2,054, at sa iba-ibang bayan po sa Marawi. Itong EcoZone ay isang program na wino-workout namin with General De Rosario kung saan mag-identify tayo ng isang EcoZone na para makaimbita rin tayo ng mga kumpanya, manufacturing facility na for employment. Kasi hindi naman lahat ay willing or nasa larangan ng pagnenegosyo or interesado sa pagnegosyo. Kailangan din ng trabaho. So, trabaho-negosyo bibigay natin. Dito, mga food processing, agri-processing, woodworking, and all the other manufacturing activities na pwedeng i-locate doon. Pero kailangan mag-prepare tayo ng EcoZone. Kahit gobyerno po ang mag-develop ng EcoZone. And to attract investors, pwede nating pag-usapan na libre yung lease para lang mag-locate sila doon. Pag-uusapan po natin kung gaano katagal pwede nating ilibre yung pag-upa at wala silang babayaran, mag-locate lang sila doon. And then a partnership with private sector. For example, we made arrangement now with one company, steel making company, who will be developing yung steel making out of scrap, steel scrap, no? Yung mga scrap na makuha rin natin sa Marawi na mga metal, steel na pwedeng i-recycle at gawing raw material para sa pag-produce ng steel. Yung kausap po natin yung isang kaibigan din natin na nasa steel making, ang Steel Asia. They have over 7 plants around the country. Meron din sila sa Davao. At yun ang gagawin nilang raw material, yung scrap, steel scrap. Next chart. Some quick slideshow lang on yung mga pinamigay na mga starter kits, sewing machines. Okay. Sari-sari store kit. Sige, bilisan lang natin dyan. Ayan, sari-sari store. More sari-sari store kits. Tapos yung on the market access, habang nagkakagulo pa noon at hanggang ngayon tinutuloy ito, so tuloy-tuloy yung price monitoring, nagpadala rin tayong mga rolling stores para magkaroon ng permanent rolling stores. May idea si Asek Gani Makatoma ng DTI kasama natin, magtayo na tayo ng mga komisaris. No? So yung mga ibang lugar sa around Marawi tulad ng Tamparan, Binidayan, Ganasi, Marantao ay nagtayo na ng mga komisaris para gusto kasi ng ating presidente regularly available yung mga basic commodities, hindi magkaroon ng shortage para hindi tumaas ang mga presyo nila. Kaya nagtayo na ng komisaris doon. Nakipag-usap din tayo sa mga manufacturers ng mga construction companies at para sa mga construction materials, suppliers ng mga construction materials para masustena ang steady supply ng construction materials at hindi magkaroon ng shortage doon. At may agreement kami na hindi sila magtataas doon. In fact, nung kinausap sila, yung presyo ng semento mas mura pa doon kaysa sa Manila. No? So, and then more market access, pamamagitan ng kami na nagbayad ng mga stalls para ma-display yung mga produkto nila sa iba't ibang lugar. Kasama na rin, aside from areas around Marawi, kasama na rin ang Metro Manila, no? So, up to the Noel Bazaar, no, sa World Trade Center, sinagot po natin yung kanilang pwesto para makapagtinda na sila. And then next, those are other visuals ng mga trade fair na sinalihan. And then, in fact, even in the ground floor of the DTI office, nagbukas tayo ng Bangon Marawi product stores na nilaunch po namin ni Secretary Lorenzana. At hanggang ngayon, nandun pa yon. So, tuloy-tuloy ang pag-supply namin doon. Para siyang showroom, para kung sinong gustong bumili on a regular basis para itinda sa like the Rustans, doon bumibili ng mga ititinda nila na mga Marawi products sa mga Rustan stores. Tuloy-tuloy po yung ating showroom doon. Trade exhibits, so yan, we can proceed. Kahimunan Trade Fair. By the way, on that one, we are also talking to the nearby areas tulad nung sa Iligan, yung Robinson na bagong mall doon. Kumukuha kami ng pwesto, DTI magbabayad nito para may pwesto rin ang mga taga Marawi dun sa mga produkto nila. Sa ground floor ang hiningi natin para high foot traffic. At we are talking to the LGUs para yung mga public markets around Marawi rin, ma-refurbish, mapaganda, at yung pwesto rin doon, kukuha tayo. Again, kasi yung pagninegosyo naman ng mga Maranaos, hindi lang limited inside Marawi. Pwede silang lumabas doon sa paligid. Naka-identify po tayo ng 39 na, of course, yung 39 municipality, gusto po sana natin magkaroon ng palengke bawat municipality. Yun po ang isa sa pinroject natin. At napag-usapan din namin ni General De Rosario na doon sa malapit sa mga resettlement areas ay makapagtayo tayo ng mga shared service facilities. Kasi para hindi nalalayo yung mga nakatira doon, meron ng ininegosyo, meron ng processing plant doon na itatayo. Whether kung ang pananim eventually doon would be kalamansi or ibang prutas na kailangang i-process, bibigyan po natin ng equipment. Yun manggagaling sa regular budget po ng DTI sa shared service facility. Okay, tuloy lang po natin dun sa mga skills training on garments, kasama ang TESDA, on dressmaking, noodles making, ayan ang mga beneficiaries po natin, 208, 175, sa food processing, 130, basic massage, cake making, mga Maranao delicacies, and you can see more pictures there and visuals. Woodworking, handloom weaving, meron na tayo may mga activities targeted, naka-target tayo ng 100 beneficiaries doon sa woodworking at saka mga handloom weaving. Sa food security naman po, support to food security and agricultural livelihood, vegetable production na umpisahan, assistance to 1,211 IDPs. Pamahagi po kasama ang Department of Agriculture, packets of assorted vegetable seeds, 50 sets of garden tools, etc. And then ito yung isang magandang development, access to financial scheme. Dahil marami doon nagnenegosyo, ang kailangan talaga makabangon uli, makabawi, so kailangan ng puhunan. Kaya we made arrangement, naka-develop ng scheme na may access sa Islamic Microfinance Scheme, Sharia compliant. Ang SB Corp natin, Small Business Corporation, sa pakikipagtulungan ng Marawi LGUs and Chamber of Commerce, ay nagkagawa ng retail financing. No? So, naumpisahan ng pautang yan. As low as 10,000 to as high as 100,000. Meron ng mga, as of now, yung nandito, 40 pa. Pero as of today, 60 na yung napautang. In that regard, zero interest. No? At yan, zero interest hanggang April yan. Tapos every Friday o Thursday, yung na-agree natin last week, may P3, yung pondo para sa pagbabago at pag-asenso, pondo program po ng ating Pangulo, panlaban sa 5-6, ay tuloy-tuloy ang orientation doon para matulungan silang ma-inform at makapag-apply doon. Okay. And of course, moving forward, also we are realigning some of our budget. We try to include also in the Bangon Marawi Fund other budget for our other programs. So in other words, mas maraming rice mill, Kia Bongo, hollow blocks makers, mga kiosk na ang ating ilalaan para sa Bangon Marawi programs. So yun muna po. Salamat.
MPC questions? Bangon Marawi first. Benji Liwanag.
Good morning, sir. Number one, yung question ko lang is, meron na tayong kay Secretary Lopez. Secretary Lopez, meron po tayong 60 na pautang. Can we know how much po yung ipinautang ng government?
Mga ano po yon at mga nagre-range sa ngayon 10 to 15,000. So ang intention po doon, pag nakakabayad sila, they can borrow again even in a bigger amount para kasi may track record na.
Sir, paano naman po yung pondo para sa pag-asenso ng DTI?
So,
How much?
So tuloy po yun. Dito sa bagong taon ay na-approve naman yung budget natin, additional 1 billion, pero nationwide po yun. So ang sistema po dito, siguro mauuna nating ubusin muna itong zero interest. Pag graduate na sila doon, after April, pwede na rin sila dun sa pondo sa pagbabago at pag-asenso. Pero may isa pa kaming program na follow-up actually nitong zero interest. Mas mababang interest kaysa sa pondo sa pagbabago. So from zero interest, aakyat muna sila sa 1% per month. Yun yung doon sila gagraduate after April. Then after yung programa na yon na 1% per month, yung pondo sa pagbabago kasi microfinance rate yun eh. Yun ay mga nasa 2 to 2.5% per month yon. But still lower yan than the 5-6 ano na 20% per month ano. So yun yung mga kasunod na follow-through programs.
If my memory serves me right, last year sinabi niyo po, dun sa Sulu, yung dumating yung mga taga-Sulu po rito, ang pangako po ninyo will be, sana ma-finance kayo bawat region ng 1 billion per region.
Correct.
Ito po, para dun sa pondo para sa pag-asenso ng DTI.
Wala pa ho tayo doon.
Wala pa po tayo
Wala pa.
doon.
1 billion for the entire country muna tayo sa ngayon. But the President, in his previous talks, have mentioned na yung full support niya sa MSME. So as we utilize these funds, I'm sure he will be willing to continue to add to the microfinancing program. So hindi po natin inaapurang mabilis dahil sigurado tama ho yung implementasyon natin.
Thank you, sir. Kay Secretary Del Rosario. Sir, early recovery pero wala pa tayo nung rehabilitation phase.
Well, actually, nagkuka niyan eh. While you are undertaking early recovery interventions, we are now setting the process for the eventual implementation of the real rehabilitation. When I talk about real rehabilitation, I am referring to the ground zero or the most affected area. Our timetable is around April 15. The actual groundworks will start in the most affected area. It's about 250 hectares where basically all vertical infrastructures were totally destroyed. And we are now in the process of selecting the developer that will be subjected to Swiss challenge. And once we are done with that, then the actual implementation will start. And based on our timetable, we are going to have it by April 15.
So, ang target po natin will only be the 30% kasi yung nalilinis lang po ng military right now is the 30% of 250 hectares, Secretary.
That is regarding the area clearing of unexploded ordnances. I was told by the AFP that they will be able to complete the clearing by first week of April. And that's the reason that we planned actually last Wednesday and yesterday to ensure that immediately after the clearing operations being conducted by the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the PNP, we can immediately start with the rehabilitation.
Thank you very much, sirs.
Dexter Ganibe?
Hi, Sec. Good morning. Sec, may mga natira pa po ba na mga displaced individuals doon sa mga evacuation center? Or nakabalik na lahat sila sa Marawi?
From a high of 125 evacuation centers, it is now down to 67 or 68 evacuation centers. And with about 3,500 families.
At ito ay tinututukan din ng...
They are given priority in the temporary shelter. 70% will come from the evacuation centers and 30% will come from the home-based families who did not opt to stay in evacuation centers. So it's a 70-30 thing so that we can eventually decongest all the evacuation centers.
Okay, sir. On another issue, doon sa April 15 na binabanggit nyo, doon pa lang magsisimula yung pagpapatag doon sa mga area na nasira.
Debris clearing, yes.
Hindi ba pwede yung secretary na simulan doon sa mga na-clear na para habang umuusad yung clearing operation ay nakiklear na yung ground at masimulan na kaagad sa April 15?
I think that is the common question actually by the barangay captains, the ulamas, and the local government units. Ang clearing operation, pag sinabing, they sectorize the 250 hectares into 9 sectors. Ang na-clear nila as of December, basically 4 or 5 areas with 4 remaining. Pero pagka nag-explode ang isang ammunition, let's say yung 600 pounder, in one area, the danger zone na tinatawag namin is about 650 meters radius. So we are talking about 1.3 kilometers area when one 600 pounder will explode. So even though the first 4 sectors were cleared, if something will explode in the PIP, which is the center of the area, the whole area will be affected. So we consider it a danger zone, and we could not allow anyone, even owners of the buildings and houses, are not allowed until now.
Sir, short follow-up. So, may kagamitan ba tayo na magsagawa ng mapping at matukoy kung nasan yung mga unexploded ordnance?
Actually, yun ang ginagamit natin na equipment, at gumagamit din tayo ng K9, yung mga aso. And I believe more than 1,000 exploded ammunitions were already retrieved. But we are after the 17 rounds of 600 pounders. Only 3 were recovered to date. So we're still looking for the 13. And during our briefing last December 21, pinakita sa atin ng mga EOD experts kung paano yung process nila. There was a 250 pounder pumasok sa ground. It penetrated slantly for about 5 meters and direct vertical distance about 4 meters. It will take them 2 days just to get that one round of 260 pounder. So it really takes time, and in fact we tapped the PNP to assist the Armed Forces of the Philippines so that we can really fast track the clearing of unexploded devices.
Okay,
We know the sentiments of the residents. Alam ko na gusto nila magpunta doon. Ang request nga nila, kung makapunta lang sila ng mga 1 week to 2 weeks after the clearing, and I promise them that we will do that, provided they will sign a waiver that if something will explode in the process of retrieving their personal belongings, it will not be the responsibility of the government, of the AFP and the local government unit. I require them that to start preparing that waiver to the barangay captains and the city government.
Okay, thank you, Dexter. Last 3 questions, Pia, then Ina and Cedric.
Okay, Asik Marie, ma'am, I just want to clarify yung figures na sinabi mo kanina. Is it 49.8 billion pesos na kailangan pong budget for the rehabilitation of Marawi?
Yes. The initial estimate of total needs is 49.81 billion pesos. Total needs.
Total needs.
Needs, yes.
So what does that represent, ma'am?
That would represent everything. If you wanted to rehabilitate Marawi, housing and everything, all the things that are needed for Marawi to get back.
Kasama na po ang infrastructure doon.
Yes.
Kay Chairman po, Del Resort. So,
I would like to clarify further yung sinabi ni Asek Mariano. Yung result kasi ng post-conflict needs assessment, we are talking about the damages and the losses. Ano yung damages sa infrastructures, pati sa agriculture, sa livelihood, and everything. And then, ano ang opportunity loss? Yun ang pinagsama doon. We call it DALA. Damages and losses, opportunity loss, because of the damages. So it was estimated to be about 17 or 19 billion. 11 plus.
The damages is
11, and the opportunity loss is 6.6. So it's about 18 billion. But the needs that would repair or rehabilitate the damages and the opportunity loss is 49 billion. But this is just an initial estimate. NEDA is now in the process of coming up with a comprehensive rehabilitation and reconstruction plan. And it will be out on the second week of March. In this CRRP, we call it CRRP, when it comes out, it will now factor in everything that would include the master development plan being envisioned by the city of Marawi and the province of Lanao del Sur. So this is, as he said, as Marie said, it's just initial estimate.
So possible, sir, na mas malaki pa yung kailanganing budget?
There is a possibility.
Okay. Last na lang po kay Secretary Mon Del Rosario. Sir, I'm just curious. Ay, Lopez. Pinagsawa. Sir,
Partner kami eh. Partner.
I am. Sir,
Nababayan ko si Secmon.
Okay
You're
po.
from Nueva Ecija.
Secmon Lopez, sorry sir. Sir, I'm just curious lang, sir, kung kasama yung mga Marawi families nun sa bibigyan po natin ng 200 pesos na pang-mitigate doon po sa impact ng train.
Siguro DSWD tanungin nyo doon. Hindi kami nagmamanage kasi noon, ano? But pangkalahatan kasi basta recipient ng, ang pagkaintindi ko, lahat ng recipient ng conditional cash transfer, doon idadagdag yung 200 na impact ng train.
Meron pa po ba tayong extra na pang-mitigate or efforts to mitigate the impact of trains specifically for the victims of the Marawi conflict, sir?
Wala tayong aside from what you have mentioned, but ang sinasabi nga natin yung impact ng train, actually ang impact yun is more of positive because nga of the tax exemption of the dominant percentage ng mga wage earners. Yung mga sinasabi nga nasa 21,000 and below per month na income. Imagine yung kanilang 6,000 tax ay hindi na nila babayaran kasi exempted na sila. That's an additional budget for them, additional disposable income or possible savings for them, for their use. Kaya ang impact naman dun sa presyo, pupunta na tayo sa train ng konti, ay napaka-negligible, very minimal. And just to cut to the chase, in terms of just a concrete example, a price of a canned goods, sardinas, na 14 pesos, 5 lang, 0.05 pesos or 5 centimos lang ang impact ng computation pag isasama mo yung computation ng fuel and also because of the very small percentage ng fuel sa production cost, sa cost of goods sold ng mga produkto. Ang talaga namang meron lang direct hit in terms of prices would be yung directly bibigyan ng excise tax, which is soft drinks and fuel. So yun talaga yun. But all the other products na sa kanilang cost of goods sold or sa production cost nila ay napaka-negligible. So kung 5 centimos lang ang pinag-uusapan, hindi ho usually ginagalaw ang SRP. At yun na-prove naman natin kahapon nung nag-ikot tayo na kung may mga announcement ba ng mga SRPs. Kasi pag ikaw ay isang manufacturer, may planong mag-increase ng presyo, 30 days before you have to issue a memo to the accounts, to the retailers. At sa ngayon, wala namang nag-i-issue ng mga ganong memo na magbabago sila ng SRP, ng suggested retail price.
Maraming salamat po. Secmon Lopez.
Okay. Last question on Bangon Marawi, Cedric.
Ma'am, sandali. Before Cedric, siguro dagdag ko lang yung summary total, no? After yung mga pinasent natin kanina, just to encapsulate it. So yung mga binanggit natin na livelihood program, market access, skills training, and access to finance, nagto-total yung beneficiaries sa ngayon mga 5,118, no? At gusto rin natin banggitin na yung programa po natin, yung mga beneficiaries, hindi lang nakafocus dun sa mga nasa Marawi, kung hindi even yung mga katabing bayan na naapektuhan din ng conflict. Tulad doon ng Ramain, Bayabao, Masyo, na yung mga pamilya doon ay talagang humingi ng tulong dahil sila rin ho ay talagang naapektuhan. So we just want to mention that na ibang bayan sa Lanao Sur kasama ho sa mga beneficiaries natin. Thank you.
Morning po. Sir, thank you, sir. Kay Chair Del Rosario po. Sir, yung sa unexploded ordinances, sir, to be clear, ito po ay hindi lang just from the enemy side. Galing din sa government side itong ordinances po ito.
Yes, definitely. Karamihan nga dyan, government side. dahil ito yung pinapuputok natin coming from the F-50, from the artillery, M203. Yun ang marami, yung mga M203. Yung ganyang kalaki na upon impact, dapat sasabog. Hindi nagputukan yung iba. And even yung sa artillery na 105 and mortars.
Pag na-recover ito, sir, ano nang gagawin? Hindi na ito pwedeng gamitin, tama po ba?
Ang ginagawa ng Armed Forces, pinapasabog on-site. Controlled detonation, ang tawag doon.
Alright. Sir, hingi lang po ako ng konting details pa, sir, when you mentioned yung ongoing yung selection ng developers para dun sa 250 hectares. Ito po ba, sir, ay parang lump sum yung buong project? Isang developer for the whole?
For the 250 hectares na most affected area. Excuse me, iniiwasan kasi natin dito. Just like yung bagon, di ba? Yung bagon, nag-order tayo ng bagon, tapos yung relays nung isalpak hindi compatible. So we do not like that to happen. A very simple na project, bagon and the relays hindi pa compatible. How much more kung itong area nagagawa ka ng massive land development, paano mo ilalagay yung linya ng kuryente, linya ng tubig, yung karsada, para synchronize, and it will be orchestrated by one developer only. Kasi ang plano natin talagang ang Marawi City, itong Central Business District, ay maging modern Central Business District. Ang problem sa Marawi, yung waste management. So magkakaroon ng centralized drainage system na buong 250 hectares na yan, yung ginagamit sa mga factories, sa mga buildings, and mga houses. It will be captured in one centralized drainage system at pupunta sa sewage treatment facility para pagpunta sa Lanao Lake, malinis na yung tubig at hindi makadamage sa environment.
Sir, nabanggit nyo kanina isasubject ito sa Swiss Challenge. At the
Yes.
moment ba, sir, may mga nag-submit na ng mga designs nila? Tsaka pwede nyo po bang mga pangalanan kung sino yung mga
I think it's premature na ipangalan natin, but it is safe to say that we have 5 big developers. They will be submitting their unsolicited proposals by January 15. And based on the study of our experts, we met last Wednesday and yesterday. The earliest time that we can start with actual groundwork is April 15. Now, how will it go? We will select from those 5. We organize a technical working group to select from the 5 based on their submission. And then once we have selected the original proponent and technical working group will sit down, come up with the details, term of reference, and scope of work. Once it is completed, this will be published in the national newspaper. And in 30 days, any developer interested to challenge, if they say this developer can do it for 50 billion, and there's another developer would say, I can do it for 40 billion, then the original proponent has to offer a better pricing for the same quality of his original proposal. So we will be imposing a 5% reduction so that he can outbid the lowest. So in this way, we will get the best offer that the government can possibly get.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, PC, second part na tayo ng briefing. Other issue, friendly reminder, please limit your follow-up questions. Other issue. Questions? Benji Liwanag.
Secretary Lopez on train. Marami na pong lumalabas ngayon na mga maling information na sinasabi ng Malacañang. And marami po yung natatakot dahil apektuhan daw dito mga maliliit. Do you have are you going to disseminate as the Secretary of the Trade and Industry are going to disseminate or more information to the people, yun naiintindihan po. Tsaka, dun po sa mananamantala na mga negosyante, ano po ang ipapataw na parusa po para sa kanila?
Salamat ho sa tanong. Mr. Benji. Ang ating departamento, actually nag-uusap nga kami nung mga nakaraang linggo hanggang kahapon na we'll be doing a message house para yung communication ay mapaigting pa. Sa dami rin kasi na nagtatanong, which means talagang maraming gustong makaintindi, makaalam, at para maikalat natin na wag silang mangamba, at sinabi nga natin kanina na walang dahilan para mangamba dahil napakaliit lamang ng epekto nito sa lalo na sa presyo na sinasabing tataasan daw lahat ng presyo. Talagang maraming nananakot, no? So kailangan i-clarify natin 'yon. Kaya dun sa mga magsasamantala na magtataas ng kanilang presyo beyond kung pinoproject natin. Kaya nga so hard to imagine kasi 5 na sentimos lang naman ang impact nito sa isang dilata nga. Sabi nga natin, magtataasan ka pa ba ng more than 5 centavos? O kaya pag tinaasan nila ng let's say 2 pesos, ay doon pupuntahan natin at hingin na explanation. At as to the penalty, ang penalty niyan ay from 20,000 to 1 million sa bawat tindahan. No? Pero ito na nga ang tatanungin ko. Kahit sinong negosyante, based on experience po, hindi ka talaga magtataas ng hanggang may mga kompetensya sa tabi mo. At maraming, among the different brands, kung ikaw ay isang brand, hindi mo rin itataas ng todo-todo. At siguradong hindi ka mabebenta at yung kabila ang mabibili. So, takot din silang magtaasan ng presyo. Kung ikaw ay isang tindahan at katabi ng maraming tindahan, takot ka rin magtaas ng presyo. So, yun din ang ating market force correcting mechanism. Pero tama rin yun, may mapagsamantala, lalo na kung nag-iisang tindahan yan sa isang malayong lugar, yun ho yung ating pupuntahan at yun yung penalty from 20,000 to 1 million pesos.
Follow up ko po, yung pong presyo nung yung fair high, humingi na po sila. Magdadagdag po ng 4 pesos dun sa yung ngayon po, kasalukuyan. Makaka-apekto pa rin po ito doon sa maliit. At saka doon po sa taxi fare, gusto rin po nila magdagdag.
Opo.
Secretary?
Opo. So, doon ho, again, sa larangan nito ng LTFRB, so we will leave it up to them. No, they have the template, the computation on anong impact ng fuel na dapat maging transportation. Pero sa aking simpleng pananaw dito bilang consumer, ang epekto niyan should not be more than 8%. Kasi kung titingnan mo kung ako'y may negosyong passenger jeep or taxi, ano bang percent ng fuel sa operations ko? Remember, hindi lang gasolina ang costing. Nandyan din yung maintenance, nandyan din ang paggarahe, spare parts, yung driver. So maraming costing dyan. Yung gasolina is a percentage of total cost. Okay, isa na yon. Anong percentage yon? Ito medyo, kailangan kasi mag-mathematics tayo. Anong percentage yon? Apply mo ngayon yung percentage ng fuel increase. Ang fuel increase ay 7 or 8% lamang. No? Hindi naman lumaki ng sobrang doble yan at because 250 out of 34 pesos sa diesel. It's only a 7 or 8%. You apply the 8% to the percentage of production cost. So kung ako ang tatanungin, i-assume na natin na 100% i-apply natin yung 8%. Sabi nga natin, it will be less than 8% yung change ng fuel. I-assume na natin na buong 8% ipapataw. Sa 10 pisong minimum pamasahe or 8 pesos, 10 piso na lang para madali i-multiply. 10 piso na pamasahe, wala pang 80 centavos in effect yung increase. Hindi 1 peso, hindi 2 pesos, hindi 3 pesos or 4 pesos. Less pa doon ng ating So kung i-computein talaga natin, hindi ho dapat tumagpas ng piso yung adjustment. So yun ho anyway, LTFRB po ang magko-compute niyan. Pero yun lang ang mga konsiderasyon.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, Dexter. Last two na tayo. Dexter, then Pia.
Sec, hindi lang yata, kay Sec Mon Lopez, hindi na lang yata pananakot kundi nararamdaman na ng ating mga mamimili yung pagtaas ng presyo dahil isa sa mga news gathering ng ABS-CBN kanina ay namalengke at nagpunta sa Visayas Avenue. Yung bihon dati na nabibili na 17.50, 32 pesos na. Yung sibuyas 5 peraso, 20 dati, ngayon 33 pesos na. Ano po ang hakbang ng gobyerno dito lalo sa maliliit na mga nagtitinda.
Oho. So, ibigay yung specific na palengke, papuntahan natin yan. Pero kung sa isang tindahan lang nakita yan, tignan natin yung ibang tindahan. Baka doon hindi nagdoble ang presyo ng bihon. Doon kayo bumili ng bihon. Ibig sabihin, basta may option si customer, si consumer, hindi dapat mangamba. Ang sisitahin natin, kung lahat sila nagtaasan, doon ka magtataka. Ano to, nag-usap-usap. No? So, pero basta may option ang consumer po, ay matatakot din yung nagtaas na yon. Sige, mabubulukan ka ng bihon, hindi mo mabebenta yan dahil ikaw ang pinakamahal na bihon. So, yun ang market forces. So, pero pagka hindi sila nagbaba at lahat sila nagtaas doon pumapasok ang gobyerno natin. Pero hanggang may choice ay consumers will decide.
Okay, last question na. Pia Gutierrez.
Kay ASIC Marie, regarding po kay former Marina Administrator Marshal Amaro, because he was on TV this morning and he said na yung letter na na-receive ng presidente supposedly from the Marina employees was not from the Marina employees. In fact, it will be coming up daw with a resolution denying that they sent the president a letter in the first place. So, question ko lang po, did the president take the letter on face value or meron din po bang efforts ang Office of the President to investigate itong mga ganito? Kasi I remember this was also the case na inireklamo din ni former General Junicio Santiago before, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Pia, since that is within the realm of the presidential spokesperson, I leave it up to the presidential spokesperson. And the president has decided we should respect it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, yung mga magko-complain sa presyo, no, nilagay ko na sa likod ng cellphone ko yung
Okay.
kasi hindi ko natatandaan eh. So Consumer Protection Advocacy Division 751-3233. 751-3233 o kaya 751-0384. So pag may naobserbahan sila na unfair trade practice sa lugar nila, specify lang kailangan yung tindahan at saka yung address. That's papupuntahan natin. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. No more questions. Thank you, Malacañang Press Corps. Thank you, DTI Secretary Ramon
Thank you.
Lopez. Thank you, HALSI Chair Del Rosario. And thank you, PCOO Assistant Secretary Marie Banaag. Back to our main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television.